Dear blessed Creator, dear Mother, dear Savior, dear Father, dear Brother, dear Holy Other, dear sibling, dear baby, dear patiently waiting, dear sad and confused, dear stuck and abused, dear end of your rope, dear worn out and broke, dear go it alone, dear running from home, dear righteously angry, forsaken by family, dear jaded and quiet, dear tough and defiant, I pray that I'm heard, and I pray that this works. I pray if a prayer has been used as a sword against you and your heart, against you and your word, I pray that this prayer is a plowshare of sorts, that it might break you open, it might help you grow. I pray that your body gets all that it needs, and if you don't want healing, I just pray for peace. I pray that your burden gets lighter each day. I pray the mean voice in your head goes away. I pray that you honor the grief as it comes. I pray you can feel all the life in your lungs. I pray that if you go all day being brave, that you can go home, go to bed feeling safe. I pray you're forgiven. I pray you forgive. I pray you set boundaries and openly live. I pray that you feel you are worth never leaving. I pray that you know I will always believe you. I pray that you're heard, and I pray that this works. Amen. On behalf of the last and the least, on behalf of the anxious, depressed, and unseen. Amen. For the workers, the hungry, the houseless. Amen. For the lonely and recently spouseless. Amen. For the queers and their closeted peers. Amen. For the bullied who hold in their tears. Amen. For the mothers of little black sons. Amen. For the kids who grow up scared of guns. Amen. For the addicts, the ashamed and hungover. Amen. For the calloused, the wise and the sober. And amen. For the ones who want life to be over. And amen. For the leaders who lose their composure. And amen. For the parents who just lost their baby. Amen. For the chronically ill and disabled. Amen. For the children down at the border. Amen. For the victims of our law and order. I pray
Yes, indeed.
that you're heard, and I pray that this works. I pray if if a prayer has been used as a sword against you and your heart, against you and your word, I pray that this prayer is a plowshare of sorts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this gathering hosted by the Unitarian Universalist Church of Bowling Green. We hope you're safe and warm on this snowy Sunday morning. My name is Uta, and I will be your service coordinator today. Well, service associate. We are a welcoming congregation. Whoever you are, however you identify, whoever you love, you are welcome here. Our Sunday services are different each week so that we can honor and learn from our wide array of traditions and beliefs. Today, our speaker is the Reverend Anna Tolou, who will be speaking about love and apocalypse, and we will share more information later. For Unitarian Universalists, the flaming chalice is a symbol of the light of learning and the love for our community. This morning, Klaus will provide a reading, and the chalice will be lit by Gail. As her chalice is lit, we invite you to light your own chalice at home.
Our chalice reading today is by Reverend Anna Tolou. The chalice is the vessel capable of holding all that we put into it, capable of holding all that we are and everything we bring with us into this space, this community. The flame is that which arises within and is called from us as a result of gathering in this community. It is the manifestation of our Unitarian Universalist values in the world. A living theology of love as expressed through justice, equity, generosity, pluralism, interdependence, and transformation.
Please join us in singing hymn 362, Rise Up, O Flame. And now, Klaus will be sharing our opening words.
How to Survive the Apocalypse by Sheen Parker Dennison. First, learn to listen. Not only for enemies around corners in hidden places, but for the faint footsteps of hope and the whisper of resistance. Hone your skills, aim your heart toward kindness, and stockpile second chances. Under the weight of destruction, we will need the strong shelter of forgiveness and the deeper wells that give the sweet water of welcome. We have a place for you. When the world ends, we must not add destruction to destruction, not accept a beggar's bargain to fight death with more death. In order to survive the apocalypse, any apocalypse at all, we have to give up the counterfeit currency of self-sufficiency, the mistaken addiction of competition, the lie that the last to die has somehow survived.
Please join us as we sing together, "We Are a Gentle, Angry People." It's hymn 170, written by Holding Near. The words will be on the screen.
I'm hoping this tape's okay.
We are queer and straight together. All of us queer because we are not tied into outworn roles, but live into new ways as communities of love, communities of promise, resistance, hope, and queer joy. And we are straight together, all of us, holding high moral aims, a deep and compassionate inclusion, claiming the high calling the prophets have pronounced to many generations, straight and queer and fabulous. We are gentle, loving people, and we are singing for our lives. We are gentle, loving people,
Each week, we take a moment to read together some part of our Unitarian Universalist heritage. We invite you, as you are comfortable, to share this affirmation by reading aloud our UU value of love. Love is the power that holds us together, and it is at the center of our shared values. We are accountable to one another for doing the work of living our shared values through the spiritual discipline of love. Inseparable from one another, these shared values are interdependence, pluralism, justice, transformation, generosity, and equity. We now have a few moments of meditation, reflection, and prayer. After the silence, you're invited to join the song Spirit of Life. The words will be on the screen. On December 31st, 2016, Valerie Cow, a ski American civil rights activist and documentary filmmaker, delivered a Sikh prayer for America at the Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal Church in Washington. Please join me in hearing her prayer.
But I am leaving my son a world that is more dangerous than the one that I was given. Because we are raising a brown boy in America. A brown boy who may someday wear a turban as part of his faith. And in America today, as we enter an era of enormous rage, as white nationalists hail this moment as their great awakening, as hate acts against Sikhs and our Muslim brothers and sisters are at an all-time high, I know that there will be moments, whether on the streets or in the schoolyard, where my son will be seen as foreign, as suspect, as a terrorist. Just as black bodies are still seen as criminal. Brown bodies are still seen as illegal. Trans bodies are still seen as immoral. Indigenous bodies are still seen as savage. The bodies of women and girls seen as someone else's property. And when we see these bodies not as brothers and sisters, then it becomes easier to bully them, to rape them, to allow policies that neglect them, that incarcerate them, that kill them. Yes, Rabbi. The future is dark. On this New Year's Eve, this watch night, I close my eyes and I see the darkness of my grandfather's cell. And I can feel the spirit of ever-rising optimism in the Sikh tradition, Chardikala, within him. And so the mother in me asks, what if? What if this darkness is not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb? What if our America... is not dead, but a country that is waiting to be born? What if the story of America is one long labor? What if all of our grandfathers and grandmothers are standing behind us now, those who survived occupation and genocide, slavery and Jim Crow, detentions and political assault? What if they're whispering in our ear today, tonight, you are brave? What if this is our nation's great transition? Tell us to do? Breathe. And then, because if we don't push, we will die. If we don't push, our nation will die. Tonight, we will breathe. Tomorrow, we will labor in love, through love, and your revolutionary love is the magic we will show our children.
What a powerful movie. As mentioned earlier, Unitarian Universalists have a wide array of beliefs, and the speaker of our Sunday services come from many traditions. Today, through the voice of Delaire, we'll hear the words of Anna Tolou. The Reverend Anna Tolou, they, has served as assistant minister at First Unitarian Universalist Church of Richmond since July 2024. Born and raised in Richmond, they attended VCU School of the Arts, graduating in 2001, and went on to work in theater, administration, communications, and human resources. In 2013, Anna moved to the mountains with her family. After serving a lay worship lead at the UU Church of Roanoke for 3 summers, she ended seminary at Melville Lombard Theological Seminary, graduating in May 2024. During seminary, they also served for 2 years as ministerial intern with the Unitarian Universalist congregation in Blacksburg, Virginia. They were welcomed into preliminary fellowship with the UUA in May 2024 and ordained on June 1st, 2024. Reverend Anna is an avid reader and poet who loves to sing, hike, cook, and play. Passionate interests include music, theater, permaculture, theology, and justice work. Please welcome Delaire, who will be giving Anna's message.
And unfortunately, Delaire texted me she has lost her internet. So, please welcome me. And please be patient with me as I have not practiced this. They can't steal my joy. That's the mantra I've been repeating since a gathering of religious professionals a year ago in which Reverend Viola Abbott declared it in glad defiance, "They can't steal my joy." Her words rang in my brain and in my bones, and that carried me through last January, through most of the first 2 weeks of the current administration. A couple weeks later, in the early part of February, I took my older boys to see one of those big touring Broadway musicals. It was a great show. The kids had a blast, as you can imagine. I love theater, and I too admired the talented singers and dancers, the production, the story. But I found myself holding back from the poignancy and exuberance, which is not normal for me. Then the drive home, my hands on the steering wheel. The world seemed too dim. And the weight of those first 2 weeks, the heaviness of them came down on me all at once. The fear and anger and despair and violence of so many. So many. Do you remember the frantic pace of that first month, the first 100 days? The whole past year, for that matter. The past week. My spirit felt like a butterfly pinned to a board, and I realized with horror, they stole my joy. They stole my joy. I took a breath and clutched the steering wheel. Once the initial moment of shock passed, I began questioning my own claim, holding it up against my core beliefs. Is that true? Did they steal my joy? And an answer came. No one can steal my joy. No one gave me joy. Joy is an expression of love, and love cannot be forced nor taken. I had lost my sense of connection to it. I had been overwhelmed by a flood of political actions designed to overwhelm, and I had lost my mooring. But no one had taken it. No one can take it. Joy is ours to choose, to nourish, and protect. There are times when joy comes easy, and there are times when protecting our connection to it is an act of fierce defiance. A second perspective shift followed, so hold that steering wheel moment in your mind. We will come back to that. But first, I want to name something. Everything I just said, my beliefs about the nature of joy and love, the process of questioning and challenging myself, this is theology. This is theology. And theology has never been more important than it is today, in this moment. Stay with me, friends. Theology is a loaded word, and I've often heard folks say that UU has no theology. Today is the day I'm calling baloney. We often don't use the word theology because it sounds too theistic for many of us who are non-theists. Yes, taken literally, theology means talking about God, but our faith tradition today doesn't center on deity. Instead, we center on love. So what if theology is, for us, is not talking about God, but about that which we worship, about that which is held at the center, love? What if theology is not simply talk, but theology is a practice of infinite play which we explore, challenge, and most importantly, live relationally through our actions? Unitarian Universalists don't just have theology, we are challenged to live our theology. And our theology is not for the faint of heart. Now, I've heard a criticism of love at the center, that love is too nebulous, too hard to define, too intangible and open to interpretation to be at the core of our tradition. So, let's do some theological reflection about love. I want you to listen to these questions and statements and really turn them over for yourself. Notice where you experience resistance, where you experience confusion or curiosity, and where you experience resonance or relief. What is love? What does that word mean to you? Is it just roses and candy and romantic stuff? Is it sentimentality or warm, fuzzy feelings? Is it thoughts and prayers, a practice of gratitude? Is it service and co-liberation? Bell Hooks taught that love is critical for any social justice movement and agreed with M. Scott Peck's definition of love as the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. Is love, as Valerie Kaur put it, a form of sweet labor, fierce, bloody, imperfect, and life-giving? Is love a noun, or is love a verb, an action? How is a love-centering theology transformed, depending on one's understanding of what love is? I said earlier that theology has never been more important than it is today. I mean that. And not just because of the violence and harm being perpetrated and shaped by oppressive theologies. I mean it because you want to change the world. If you want to actively participate in the healing of what is torn and broken in America today, you must take your own theology seriously. Ruby Sales, that wise leader in the civil rights movement, talked about the prayers, songs, the religious community itself and its traditions, these expressions of theology, as the armor that her generation wore when they went out to fight for justice. The theology and the community that lived that theology together helped to keep them whole. But the next generation to take up that fight for justice, many had distanced themselves from religion, and Sales worried for them. We sent our children out into the empire without their armor on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Theology and the community that lives and plays theologically together is the armor that can keep our spirits whole. If you hearken back to our call to worship, the words of Sean Parker Dennison, this is the armor that can help us not just to survive, but thrive. Even and especially when our beloveds, our families, our neighbors, ourselves are being threatened or attacked. Even when it feels like apocalypse. Even when it feels like apocalypse. Because here's the thing that I bet Valerie Kaur knows, that Sean Parker Dennison knows, and that I want you to know. Apocalypse does not mean the end of the world. That's a more recent simplification of its meaning. Apocalypse means revelation. Apocalypse means that things that were hidden are now uncovered. That revelation can be frightening and painful, but the thing that has been revealed is not new. It was there all along, yes. Some of us were more aware of it than others, but now it is no longer hidden. It is out in the open, which means now we can examine it. Now we can plan. Now we can put on our armor for the work ahead, questioning through our every impulse into action. What does it mean to hold love at the center? Only then can we engage with wisdom in the deep work of healing to which I do believe we are called, to bring love from a nebulous, intangible concept to a very tangible presence in the world. Unitarian Universalist theology, a lived theology that centers revolutionary love, is not for the faint of heart. It dares us not to respond with hate, but to dig deep into wonder, to remember the inherent worth of every being, even and especially when it is not easy, when we disagree, when we are angry or afraid. Harder still, It dares us to love the opponent, even as we struggle, and organize against policies and transgressions to say, you are a part of me I do not yet know. It dares us to honor our anger by not letting anger turn to hate, to poison. To honor our anger, for that anger is born from a desire to protect that which we love. It dares us to create and protect space for our connection to and expression of joy, just as we create and protect space for expressions of lament. Because both lament and joy are essential expressions of love. And it dares us to be willing to risk our own safety, security, and comfort. Because as my dear friend Reverend Samara Powers says, you are only as safe as the people you are willing to protect. I propose that to live our theology in this way means sometimes risking everything except our spirits. That is what our armor, our theology, protects. All right. Let's return now to that steering wheel moment, that car ride where I found myself saying, they stole my joy. My first theological challenge and correction of myself was that no one can steal my joy. Joy cannot be stolen, nor can it be forced. My connection to joy is not dependent upon another person nor their actions. But I didn't stop there. I kept going and found a second, more challenging theological correction. Even using the word they stole my joy, drew a line between myself and them. That line of separation was born of my own distress, fear, grief, anger, all of which were born from love. Yet that line meant I stopped seeing them as connected, as part of me, inhibiting love. And that too is a part of the challenge of this theology. Even as I resist the harm, the injustice, so too must I resist the impulse toward othering. My resistance comes from love, and I do not want my resistance to become an impediment to love. This theology is how I keep my spirit whole, how I resist sinking into despair or hate. In the beloved community, there is no them. There are no walls or circles dividing us. That is a revolutionary love. Unitarian Universalism is a non-creedal religion, and so, as a UU minister, I am not going to tell you what to believe or what to do. Each of you must wrestle with what you believe and how willing you are to live out those beliefs and in what ways. We are not all called to believe the same things, nor to make the same choices. Also, I am never going to tell you that everything is going to be okay, but I will tell you this. We will get through this apocalypse, this revelation, and any other apocalypse that comes along. We will get through it together. And if we put on our armor and ground in our beliefs individually and in community, if we challenge ourselves to an integrity, an alignment of belief and action grounded in love, then we will get through this with our spirits intact. I close with apocalyptic words from Adrienne Marie Brown. Things are not getting worse. They are getting uncovered. We must hold each other tight and continue to pull back the veil. Let's do this. Amen. Aho. Blessed be.
Thank you, Gail. That was wonderfully done without any practice. And thank you for sharing Anna's thoughts with us today on this timely and meaningful topic. As you can see, our Sunday services are different each week so that we can honor and learn from a wide variety of traditions and beliefs. Now, if you have questions about Unitarian Universalism or are joining this congregation, you can email membership@uucbg.org. On the second Sundays after the service, you can join in a question and answer session with our membership team in the Husea Balu Lounge. The next session will be February 8th. Next up, the offertory. Most weeks, this congregation, the work we do is supported by the voluntary generosity of all who contribute. The offering is a sacrament of the free church. You may place your donations. No, don't place them in the plate. There's none coming. You may use the QR code on the screen or donate via our website or mail checks directly to our office. As we enjoy the music, the offering will be given and received in grateful appreciation of our shared hopes and values.
I said, Julian, you are holy, you are holding my hand. And Julian, you are holy, you are holding my hand. She said, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well. I said, Julian, do you not know about sorrow? And Julian, do you not know about pain? And I said, Julian, do you not know about hunger? And Julian, do you not know about shame? But she said, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well. I said, Julian, do you not know about loneliness? And Julian, do you not know about disease? And I said, Julian, do you not know about cruelty? I said, Julian, it's too much, it brought me to my knees. But she said, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well. And she said, no one does not know about sorrow. And no one does not know about pain. She said, no one does not know about hunger. No one does not know about shame. And she said, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well. And she said, no one does not know about loneliness. And no one does not know about disease. And she said, no one does not know about cruelty. She said, I know, it's too much, it brought me to my knees, where I heard, all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well. I said, Julian, you are holy, you are holding my hand. And Julian, you not know about friends? She said, baby girl, do you not know about the Spirit? She said, baby girl, do you not know it's only love that never ends? And so all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well, and so all will be well, all will be well, all manner of things will be well.
We thank you for your gifts. May use them wisely in the service of our congregation and our community. The song this morning was All Will Be Well by Meg Barnhouse, a UU minister and musician who passed away this month on January 13th. She wrote the song based on the visions written by Julian Norwich, who was an anchoress in the 14th century, whose town was ravaged by the Black Death and by war, but who saw a vision that all will be well. And we remember that today. Our congregation is an active one, and we do more than meet on Sunday mornings. Here are some of the ways you can get involved, make friends, and make a difference. The first item will be shared by Diane.
I just want to call everybody's attention to a Zoom meeting that's taking place next Thursday night, the 29th. I have been involved in this League of Women Voters for some time, but there is an initiative going on called Unite and Rise. And it was to my delight that the young woman who's leading this at the state level is a UU from Lexington. The second in command is a UU from Louisville. This is an opportunity to save our democracy. Last year, the League of Women Voters National declared a constitutional crisis in our country. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who was involved in today's service. It couldn't have come at a better time after this week's happenings. So I would ask that you read the newsletter on Thursday, and please try to show up for Unite and Rise. This is open to all, not just members of League of Women Voters. We are also trying to ally with all nonpartisan groups like Kentuckians for the Commonwealth. Hope to see you all there on Zoom. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Also, today is the deadline to get your announcements in the monthly newsletter. So be sure to send your announcement to editor@uucbg.org. We have restarted our UUCBG book discussion group. Everyone is welcome to gather at 7:30 via Zoom on Wednesday, January 28th, to talk about the book Dancing with the Sacred by Carl Powers. The link to the Zoom meeting is in the January newsletter and the weekly email updates. Third Sunday beneficiaries for 26. Don't forget to nominate yours. Use the form for submission by January 21st. During the winter season, we encourage you to help with our blessing bag outreach. Bags contain a variety of items that are useful to people who are without homes. Donations of money at times are much appreciated. And as always, we're accepting donations to the free food pantry in the fellowship hall. And finally, a reminder that next week, February 1st, is Potluck Sunday after church. If all the snow clears away, so that we can gather together in personal community. As always, you can find more community news by reading the weekly email updates. You can pick up a hard copy of the monthly newsletter from the lobby or read it on the bulletin board once you're at church. The screen in the lobby shows upcoming event, again, to be enjoyed when you're personally at church. But you can go to our website and our Facebook page and Facebook groups, who are always available online. And now, please join us in spirit as we sing together, "This Is My Song." It's hymn 159 in the gray hymnal, and the words will be on the screen.
This is my song, O God of all the nations, a song of peace for lands afar and wide. This is my home, the country where my heart is. Here are my hopes, my dreams, my holy shrine. But other hearts in other lands are beating with hopes and dreams as true and high as mine. My country's skies are bluer than the ocean, and sunlight beams on clover, leaf, and thyme. But other lands have sunlight too, and clover, and skies are everywhere as blue as mine. This is my song, O God of all the nations, a song of peace for their land and for
And now, Klaus will be sharing our final reading.
See No Stranger by Valerie Cower. Love is a form of sweet labor, fierce, bloody, imperfect, and life-giving. A choice we make over and over again. Love can be taught, modeled, and practiced. It engages all our emotions. Joy is the gift of love. Grief is the price of love. Anger protects that which is loved. And when we think we have reached our limit, wonder is the act that returns us to love. Revolutionary love is the choice to labor for others, for our opponents, and for ourselves in order to transform the world around us. It begins with wonder. You are a part of me I do not yet know. It is not a formal code or prescription, but an orientation to life that is personal and political, sustained by joy. Loving ourselves is escapism. Loving only our opponents is self-loathing. Loving only others is ineffective. All three practices together make love revolutionary. And revolutionary love can only be practiced in community.
Thank you, Klaus. We hope you found this service meaningful, and we invite you to share your thoughts about today's service. You can send comments to sunday-service@uucbg.org, or you can use this online form via the QR code. Next Sunday, the speaker is Reverend Alan Quadras, and their topic is how we can come back, stories of resilience. And hopefully by then the weather's good enough that we can meet again in person.